And good evening. July 12th, I believe, right? Is that where we're at? No, we're July 19th. How about that? I got the wrong date again. So everything can happen. So hopefully we are live right now. Let's make sure we're going to see if everything's working. All the bells and whistles are rolling around. For those of you who do not know, I am Dr. Mike with drmikesemporium.com. On Instagram, it's Dr. Mike's Emporium, all the fun stuff. So we are here to kind of fill you in on some things that's been going on in the Dr. Mike's world. No, there's no shave tonight, but one of the really can't hear. Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Check, check. Hello. Let's see what happened. Did we lose our sound? Check. Hello. 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 Hold on. This is always the fun part. Oh, okay. Good. Apparently there was a little bit of a delay. So, okay. So we're back on live. So wanted to fill everybody in. No, there's no shave tonight, but we are having just kind of a discussion. We've got a couple of things to talk about in regards to a new product. And then we have some information regarding one of our very good friends. So first and foremost, I want to apologize to anybody about the last minute cancellation of the Southeast Punk flea market in Charleston. Our attendance, the flea market apparently went very, very well, and that was exciting. So we're glad to hear that. I'm sure. I'm sorry it's lagging. We had some family emergencies here at the Dr. Mike's compound and just had to take care of family first. So hopefully everybody appreciates that. And we will be back in South Carolina, in Columbia, I believe, in the middle of August. So be on the lookout for that. So we apologize to our friends at the Southeast Punk Flea Market, and we will be back very, very soon for some fun stuff. So, all right. So with that, let me show you. We were going to talk about the Henson Al13. This little booger right here, the Henson Al13. They don't want to call this 2.0, or they don't want to call this the improvements or anything. But what they've done is they've listened to thousands and thousands of reviews. They've talked about how can they make things better. So we're going to show you what they did to make things better for the Al13, which is we're finding out one of our favorite razors. So let me show you. Let me see if I can get this right here. There we go. So what they've done is they've softened edges and they've added bevels, which is when you kind of file things down. So let me bring that up to here so you can actually see. So they've actually taken and the edges of the base plate and the top cap have been softened in an effort to reduce any unwanted sharpness from the outer edges, right? So the corners of the head, you see that in that picture right there. A large bevel has been added to the outer corners of the razor head. This it gives an improved comfort, control, precision during shaving, especially when you're trying to get around obstacles next to the nose and mouth. So what else do we have? So the channels are the little slots underneath. The lather channels in the base plate have been reshaped and the center webs have been removed, right? So what you get is it basically will rinse clear quicker, which is awesome. That's great. You can see the sides here. Let me add this. You can see the sides where they really smooth things out. So do not fret. You're still getting an amazing shave. You're just getting, they're just making sure to make this the best razor they can. And we greatly, greatly appreciate that. A few of the other minor changes, if you're looking really, really closely, hold on, let me get this back to me. The handle, the overall diameter of the handle has been increased by 0.010. So it's get a little more, and also has a little more grip on the handle. So it's a little thicker and a little bit heavier, just a skosh heavier, a little. So you're going to get a little better handling, a little better feel, and I like it. It seems like it really will work really well. So awesome. So let me see what else. We have had one of our we always talk about community and we talk about family on my channel here, or on these little videos. One of the first people that I got the pleasure of working with when Dr. Mike's got his little start, when this little shave emporium decided to take its first steps, was a gentleman by the name of Ernie B, up in Kentucky. He is the shaving Yeti. If you remember, you've seen these like shave sticks, Colombian necktie. Ernie had a wicked sense of humor. He was always ready to do whatever it needed to do to help out anybody. He was a giver in all things. Just amazing. Met him at one of the barbershop meetups in Kentucky, down in Richmond, Kentucky, DNV's barbershop. I met Maria Arman, JD Arman, Brandon Ellingsworth, Rick Boone, I mean, some amazing folks that they actually helped me get Dr. Mike's rolling and get things going. Ernie was one of our first shave makers, one of our first artisans that we were really happy to carry, shave sticks and all kinds of things. He was the inventor of Yeti snot, if you remember that. So let me show you this right here. So if you see in the lower corner with when you see me in my big purple vest, that's what I wore to the very first meetup, and that's where I met Ernie, who's in the middle. A lot of time and years have changed. A lot of time has passed, and Ernie has had a wonderful oh, Brandon, hey buddy, good, I'm glad to see you. Sorry, and I'm sorry, Matt. Hey, that. So I went there, and it was kind of like I had no idea what I was doing. I had my banner put up there. I was just trying to fit in, and all these guys. You see, Simon is the crazy Scotsman there. He just is brokenhearted about Ernie as well. But Ernie, he was a heavy boy when I first met him, and we ended up just chit chatting and talking and talking and talking. And he was like, "Hey, whatever I can do to help you, you let me know." And so if you see the picture of him in the Cincinnati Reds, like the shirt and the cap, that is from last year, 2021, when I kind of ran up there to pick up some Shave Yeti stuff because we didn't want to mail it during the summer, but it was like a little surprise visit to him. And I got to meet his wonderful niece and I got to talk to his dad and his brother, see the Corvair they were building together. And it was a really fun trip. We ended up going to Cracker Barrel, so that's got to be fun, right? So we just had a great time. We talked about we always were talking about the different soaps to make. We were going to try all kinds of different things. We were talking about doing a night to remember. R.J. Foster and Harriman. He's very big into Titanic lore and history. And we were going to do sort of a tribute to the Titanic and call it a night to remember. It was going to be sort of like a really cold soap because Ernie just loves his cold soaps. And it was going to be sort of like a gin or, kind of a martini-esque type, champagne kind of, dark blue. Hey, Stephanie, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And we kind of had a real chuckle when Yeti snot, we were just sitting there chatting about like, what can we do to kind of, I know COVID is really bad, but we want to make sure that people really kind of get to be taken care of. And so, I thought of let's do a COVID edition of Yeti snot. And he was on it, like within moments. Ernie was on just the amazing sense of humor. He was like, COVID edition, hell yeah, we're going to do that. And he was always ready with a plan. He had a project, every kind of project. He loved to do model cars, model planes, model boats, model ships, model trucks. He was always building cars, like he had a Subaru that he just loved, but boy, he could not keep it running. I know he was helping his dad with a Corvair, which was another like tie-in because I had a Corvair when I was a little younger. And he was always like sending me clips about old-fashioned cocktails and all kinds of stuff. And speaking of old-fashioned cocktail, Ernie was actually the inventor and the maker who created Dr. Mike's old-fashioned cocktail. And we were actually just talking with him earlier in July. And so we may have something a little a little special coming out very soon. I think we've maybe talked about it, and we'll make sure that we're going to put a little. I think the term we're calling it is ELF, which is Ernie Lives Forever. Ernie passed away from. I mean, it took a while. That man was so strong. If you remember all of the videos last year, hashtag Ernie Strong or Murney Strong, um, it was an amazing. He was so strong. He fought for so long. Not only he had some kidney issues, he had the horrible wreck last the year or so ago. He fell and hurt and broke his hip, I believe, and that I think it just was one thing after another for Ernie. And I swear he was always there, no matter what. He called me from his hospital bed like 3 or 4 times during that entire time when he was in recovery. And I would get a little message on my Facebook, and oh, we want to talk about that. Okay. Okay. Sorry. K is, hold on. Let me do this. Case, tell him what he did for us. Tell him about the legacy and what he bestowed on us. Remind me. I want to make sure I'm not talking out of turn. So, is that the very cold stuff we're talking about, or is it something else? Sorry, I'm trying to like get the information. I'm usually a little bit behind on it, but oh, but goodness gracious. But yes, okay, so we actually we're talking with Ernie, and we got the recipe for old fashioned cocktail, and so he will live on as we create this Dr. Mike's old fashioned cocktail, the orange, the bourbon, the wonderful shave soap that a lot of people really like, and we haven't had for a while. Just trying to make sure we kind of dial it in, and now we have a real good, solid reason to bring it in house and dedicate it to our friend Ernie. And that makes me really, really happy that we're going to be able to do that. There's a couple of other things, and I will have that done. Well, I'll let you know in Friday or Saturday, maybe next week. And that if all things work, fingers crossed, there may be some really, really neat things coming from Ernie, and even still. So Ernie reached out to everybody. I mean, he talked to my very good friend Ted, who works on Corvairs, right? Ted is an amazing Corvair mechanic and just creates all these wonderful cars. And Ernie and Ted were always just pinging back and forth about these the car, about this, that, and the other. I think they chatted a couple of times. And Ernie was all about making pins. I mean, if he got interested in something, he took off. Yeah, it was amazing. Model planes, model cars. He did pens. I mean, he loved baseball. He loved Cracker Barrel. I mean, he was always there for everybody. And I'm sorry, I'm going on and on and on, but he deserves he loved his bourbon too. Just saying. So we greatly will miss Ernie. We will try to keep the shaving Yeti, the at least in the memory of. We will make sure to keep things moving with that as well. Other than that, I will be traveling to go up to Kentucky to visit with the family this week. And so if I'm on the road on Thursday, please understand. We'll try to figure out what's going on. But let's see, what else do we got? Do we have anything else, Kay, before I log off here? I just want to make sure that everybody really understands that we are very saddened at the loss. But I tell you, oh, Mary Gale, yes, he loved his friends. This is Ernie's mom is now in the chat, so we are really, really happy to have you here. We loved Ernie, and I would get a phone call or I'd get a voicemail from him, and we're going to make sure that we keep him in our hearts and lift him up and lift up the family. We'll see the family soon. But with that, I will say thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you for allowing me to ramble on and tribute my friend Ernie. I will hopefully, we're gonna do this right. So With that, I will say make sure to take care of yourself, right? Reach out to a friend. Always reach out to your friends and say hello and let them know you're thinking about them. Okay. Because we're thinking about you. And if you're going to shave, and we know you are, and if you're going to beard, and we know you are, and you don't want to, we want you to shave dapper and beard dapper so you can be your dapper best. We will see you Thursday, hopefully, maybe, but we'll catch you back up on everything. So be well. Good night. Miss you, Ernie. Thank you, sir.